to that world assembly
to that world assembly
of sovereign states,
of sovereign states,
the United Nations,
the United Nations,
our last best hope,
our last best hope,
in an age where the instruments of war
in an age where the instruments of war
have far outpaced the instruments of peace.
the instruments of peace.
We renew our pledge of support
We renew our pledge of support
to prevent it
from
becoming merely a forum for invective,
to
strengthen its shield of the new and the weak, and to enlarge the area
and to enlarge the area
in which its writ may run. Finally, to those nations who would make themselves our adversary, we offer not a pledge, but a request that both sides begin anew the quest for peace before the dark powers of destruction unleashed by science engulf all humanity in planned or accidental self-destruction. We dare not tempt them with weakness, for only when our arms are sufficient beyond doubt can we be certain beyond doubt that they will never be employed. But neither can two great and powerful groups of nations take comfort from our present course, both sides overburdened by the cost of modern weapons, both rightly alarmed by the steady spread of the deadly atom, yet both racing to alter that uncertain balance of terror that stays the hand of mankind's final war. So let us begin anew, remembering on both sides that civility is not a sign of weakness, and sincerity is always subject to proof. Let us never negotiate out of fear, but let us never fear to negotiate. Let both sides explore what problems unite us, instead of belaboring those problems which divide us. Let both sides, for the first time, formulate serious and precise proposals for the inspection and control of arms, and bring the absolute power to destroy other nations under the absolute control of all nations. Let both sides seek to invoke the wonders of science instead of its terrors. Together let us explore the stars, conquer the deserts, eradicate disease, tap the ocean depths,
tap the ocean depth,
and encourage the arts and commerce.
and encourage the arts and commerce.
Let both sides unite to heed.
Let both sides unite to heed.
In all corners of the earth,
In all corners of the earth,
the command of Isaiah,
the command of Isaiah,
to undo the heavy burdens,
to undo the heavy burdens,
and let the oppressed go free.
and let the opposed go free.
And if a beachhead of cooperation
And if a beachhead of cooperation
may push back the jungle of suspicion,
may push back the jungle of suspicion,
let both sides join
let both sides join
in creating a new endeavor,
in creating a new endeavor,
not a new balance of power,
not a new balance of power,
but a new world of law,
but a new world of law,
where the strong are just,
where the strong are just,
and the weak secure,
and the weak secure,
and the peace preserved.
and the peace preserved.
All this will not be finished
All this will not be finished
in the first 100 days,
in the first 100 days,
nor will it be finished
nor will it be finished
in the first 1,000 days,
in the first 1,000 days,
nor in the life
nor in the life
of this administration,
of this administration,
nor even perhaps in our lifetime,
nor even perhaps in our lifetime
on this planet.
on this planet.
But let us begin.
But let us begin.
In your hands,
In your hands,
my fellow citizens,
my fellow citizens,
more than mine,
more than mine,
will rest the final success or failure
will rest the final success or failure
of our course.
of our course.
Since this country was founded,
Since this country was founded,
each generation of Americans
each generation of Americans
has been summoned to give testimony
has been summoned to give testimony
to its national loyalty.
to its national loyalty.
The graves of young Americans
The graves of young Americans
who answered the call to service
who answered the call to service
surround the globe.
surround the globe.
Now the trumpet
Now the trumpet
summons us again,
summons us again,
not as a call to bear arms,
not as a call to bear arms,
though arms we need,
though arms we need,
not as a call to battle,
not as a call to battle,
though embattled we are,
though embattled
though embattled we are,
we are,
but a call to bear the burden
but a call to bear the burden
of a long twilight struggle,
of a long twilight struggle,
year in
year in
and year out,
and year out,
rejoicing in hope,
rejoicing in hope,
patient in tribulation,
patient in tribulation,
a struggle against the common enemies of man,
a struggle against the common enemies of man,
tyranny,
tyranny,
poverty,
poverty,
disease and war itself.
disease and war itself.
Can we forge against these enemies
Can we forge against these enemies
a grand and global alliance,
a grand and global alliance,
north and south,
north and south,
east and west,
east and west,
that can assure a more fruitful life
that can assure a more fruitful life
for all mankind?
for all mankind?
Will you join
Will you join
in that historic effort?
in that historic effort
In the long history of the world,
in the long history of the world?
only a few generations
Only a few generations
have been granted the role
have been granted the role
of defending freedom
of defending freedom
in its hour of maximum danger.
in its hour of maximum danger.
I do not shrink from this responsibility.
I do not shrink from this responsibility.
I welcome it.
I welcome it.
I do not believe
I do not believe
that any of us
that any of us
would exchange places
would would exchange places
with any other people,
with any other people,
or any other generation.
or any other generation.
The energy,
The energy,
the faith,
the faith,
the devotion,
the devotion,
which we bring to this endeavor,
which we bring to
will light our country. Which we bring to this endeavor,
which we
bring to this endeavor,
bring to this endeavor,
will light our country,
will light our country,
and all who serve it,
and all who serve it,
and the glow.
and the glow.
From that fire can truly light the world.
From that fire can truly light the world.
And so,
my
fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you.
What your country can do for you.
Ask what you can do for your country.
What you can do for your country.
My fellow citizens of the world,
my fellow citizens of the world,
ask not
what
America will do for you,
what America will do for you,
but what together we can do, for the freedom of man. Finally, whether you are citizens of America or citizens of the world, ask of us here the same high standards of strength and sacrifice, which we ask of you, with a good conscience, our only sure reward, with history, the final judge of our deeds. Let us go forth to lead the land we love, asking his blessing and his help, but knowing that here on earth, God's work must truly be our own.